everybody. Today I'm going to be talking about class enrollment in ClassJuggler. Enrolling a student in a class is easy in ClassJuggler. You can enroll a student from either a student record via the student main menu or from a selected class via the classes main menu. While the screen titles are different, the enrollment windows are identical. For this demo, I will enroll students from the classes menu. Let's take a look at my classes from the classes main menu. I'm going to select my Gymnastics 1 summer class that meets on Wednesdays. When I select this class, I'm brought to the class maintenance page. I can see that this class has two total pricing tuition rates set up in the class tuition section. Since this is a 2-month session, it is billed at a total rate or the total price of the class. Next, I'll click on the Enroll Students from my purple sidebar menu. I'm going to choose Bella Hindi to enroll in this summer class. When I click on the Enroll from the Action column, the Enroll in Class pop-up window opens. Before we dive into enrolling the student, let's first talk about this Enroll window and all of the information we're viewing. This first section in the window is the information about the student we selected. This second section shows detailed class information so you can see a condensed view of the class you're enrolling the student in. The third section is where we set the actual tuition rate in the blue rate bar and generate the tuition charge for the class enrollment in the pink tuition charge bar. You'll also find all of your additional options and overrides in this section. And then at the very bottom of this screen is a section for enrollment notes and a section that shows enrollment statistics for the student and for other students in the same family to help with determining when to select discounted tuition for multiple students or classes. To enroll Bella in this class, I first need to select the appropriate tuition option in the blue tuition rate bar. The tuition rate bar shows the enrollment date and time, the tuition options, and the selected tuition rate. The default tuition is always selected first when enrolling a student. For this example, I'm going to keep the default amount for Bella at $150 total. Notice how this amount also is shown in the class tuition field. If I wanted to, I could also manually change the total tuition to any amount I wanted. For example, if this were the child of one of my staff members. For total tuition classes, the amount entered into the blue tuition rate bar is the same amount carried down into the pink tuition charge bar. The area below the blue and pink bars has other options you may use to override conflicts, enrollment options, and email options. So I'm going to click this Enroll button to complete Bella's enrollment in this class. For this class, I also see that I am shown an additional enrollment window with optional class fees that I set up for this class. Here we can choose one or more optional fees that the customer would like with their enrollment. In this example, the customer can optionally add a t-shirt for this class. So I'm going to go ahead and choose a small t-shirt and then click Save. Now let's go take a look at the transactions we just created during this enrollment. I'm going to go to my customers list and I'm going to search for the last name Hindi, which is right here. I'm going to share a little tip with you about the list customer screen. There's a shortcut to a customer's transaction screen. If you hold your Shift key down on your keyboard and then click the customer's name, you're taken directly to the customer transaction list. All right, let's go and do another enrollment. I'm going to enroll a student into a class that is already active and in progress. So I need to go back to my class list and I'm going to choose the Totally Tots class. And this class is a year-round class that has no end date. I'm going to go to my Enroll Students from the sidebar menu. And I want to enroll a sibling pair into this class. I'm going to enroll Peyton and Madison Baker. I'll first choose Peyton and I'm going to go over to this Action column and click on and click on the Enroll button. And this brings me to the Enroll in Class window. You can see that there is a red note letting me know that Peyton is an inactive or prospect student, and enrolling her will change her status and the customer status to active. I also get an alert that this class is active and in progress, which reminds me that I can prorate the tuition fees if I wish. I see that this class is set up for per class pricing in the blue tuition rate bar. The default price is $15 per class for each class occurring in each month. Since there are 4 Tuesdays in May, the normal cost of this class would be $60 for May. But since Peyton is starting in the class today, there is only 1 Tuesday left in this month. So her prorated amount for May will be only $15 for the 1 remaining class. So I'm going to select this prorate tuition, yes, and that's going to prorate her tuition to the 1 remaining class. And now in the pink tuition charge bar, my amount has changed to $15. I'm going to go down to this Enroll action button and click on that, and that's going to complete the enrollment. Next, I'm going to go to Madison's name and click on Enroll. And when the Enroll in Class window opens, since she is a sibling, I usually look down at the bottom right of my screen for additional enrollment information for the family. This can let you know if the student's enrolled in other classes or if a sibling isn't enrolled in any classes. Here I can see that Madison has siblings enrolled in additional classes, which reminds me to give Madison the sibling discount rate for this class. So I'm going to go up and change our class tuition option to the second child discount of $10 per class. This changes the blue tuition rate bar and the calculated total in the pink tuition charge bar. I could also override this amount manually and change it to any rate, for example, for a scholarship. I'll also choose the yes to prorate this class. And then I'm going to click the Enroll button to complete this enrollment. I want to view the transactions that we just created, so I'm going to go back to my customer list and look for Baker, and want to remember my shortcut to the customer's transactions by holding down my Shift key and then clicking on the customer. I can see the new charges to the Baker family, and because there is a little green dog ear over this description, I can hover over to see more information about this charge. This is a great feature if you forgot why you charged a lesser amount for enrollment or to see how prorated fees were calculated. So it's showing me it's per class tuition. The original rate was 10, and we prorated 3 classes. And now I want to go to the View Manage Enrollment from the purple sidebar menu. Here is our Totally Tots class, and we can see all the students that are now enrolled in that class. I have 7 students enrolled. Let's take a look at one of our students. I'm going to look at Olivia Mays. Olivia is a relatively new student who is from a lower income family, and we want to offer a special discount to her. So when I click on the Edit Drop Action button, the Update or Drop Class window opens, allowing me to modify her enrollment. I'm going to change her monthly rate from $35 per month to $15 per month. So I change that, and then I just click the Update button. This will update her class tuition rate so that all future post-tuition billing cycles will charge the lower rate. One important thing to note is that changing a student's tuition rate has no effect on existing tuition charges already posted to that student's account. If you need to make changes to any prior tuition charges, you will need to manually post a credit for any adjustments to the customer's balance. Well, I hope you've learned something new about ClassJuggler's powerful enrollment features.